ASCS professionals, the Traveling Tour, have completed 7 events in the 2010 season with the Lucas Oil Sprint Car Series. They now enter new grounds. For the first time in series history, they'll come to Eagle Raceway in Eagle, Nebraska, but it will prove to be just as tough as any venue that they've raced at so far. When the checkered flag flies, the chase for the championship will be on against the absolute best in the business. This week on the Lucas Oil Motorsports Hour, we bring you to Eagle, Nebraska. For the first time in ASCS history. Should be a great race. Of course, Tony Bruce Jr., the promoter here of the Eagle Nationals, brought to you by MagnaFlow Exhaust. And he raced here a year ago and thought this would be a great place for the National Tour to come. Ken Stout, Rob Klepper, Dave Argerbright will also bring you the action from the pits. Here's a look at the points coming in here after 7 events completed. Brady Bacon has been on a roll as of late, Rob.
He got his first national win this year, his second, his third, all in a row. He's top of the heap right now, but he's got some pretty bad-to-the-bone race car drivers right behind him.
Yeah, there's some tough guys in the field, needless to say. One of them will be Shane Stewart with that Rockstar Energy Drink sponsored machine, and he's still looking for his first win of the 2010 season. Pretty amazing when you think about that. There's a look at the starting grid here for heat race number 1 of 4. The winner goes right to the A main. Then everybody else gets the A main based on points.
Yeah, it's all about passing points. No qualifying with the ASCS National Tour. Lights are out. First time for this series here at the Eagle Raceway. Rockstar Energy Drink number 57. Stewart, defending champ, takes the green flag.
10 laps in these heat races. Stewart up to the top shelf. Gets a good run. Nice momentum there over the number 22 of Billy Alley, another tough guy in the field.
Well, this race here tonight also paying Midwest Regional ASCS points, and right now Billy Alley second, chasing Jack Dover in Midwest points. Of course, they race here a handful of times throughout the year, but first time for the national guys in Eagle.
I'll tell you another guy inside of this heat race as well is the winningest driver in the history of the series, Gary Wright, will try to scratch his way up to the front of this pack.
Yeah, you can see Wright working that low line. The track already pretty slick. Up on top is where the fast lane is. Wright trying to make that low line work. A little moisture right there coming off turn 4. If you can get that right rear on that, you can get a good drive. And we just saw right there with the 9Xs. It looks like caution coming out here in heat race number 1 as we go back up front. Oh, Tim Crawley, former national champ. Looks like he got upside down.
He definitely went for a ride. Of course, the top wing crushed and actually softens the blow. But look at that tail section, crushed as well. So he went for a big ride, to say the least. A couple of podium finishes for Tim Crawley this year. Been in the top 5 on 4 different occasions as well. We go on board with him, and hold on, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to get ugly. Like, talk about the safety devices doing their job. That driver, I mean, he never moves. So the good news is he gets out there, as you can see, walking under his own power, and that's always a good sign when you don't need that big yellow board right there. Unless, of course, you know, there's snow around.
We'll take a look at it one more time. Of course, the GoPro camera intact. As that thing just bicycled, got to the top shelf, hit the fence, and up and over. And yeah, you can see his head pretty much solid. Not a lot of moving around there. The wraparound seat, all the safety restraints that they have, and Tim Crawley getting a ride back to the pit area. Had a tough night last night here at Eagle Raceway, finished in 18th spot, so he's going to have to go back, do a little work, and possibly take a provisional to get into tonight's A main.
And by the way, we did see that tail section beat up a little bit, and for the fans at home, just so you know, the tail section certainly is part of the look of the car, but the actual fuel bladder itself is located inside there, more of a square-shaped object, if you will, rectangular shape. So my guess is that is probably just fine. All right, let's get them restarted one more time. Shane Stewart back down the straightaway, gets a great restart over Billy Alley.
Yeah, and he went right to the middle of the racetrack. You don't normally see that when it's slick from bottom to top, and now goes to the top shelf in turns 3 and 4. Billy Alley, as we said, second in Midwest points as we go back to the man, Gary Wright, all-time feature winner of the ASCS National Tour, and he's pretty much locked on that low part of the racetrack. Justin Cox there with the red number 5 right in front.
Darren Long just in front of them with a 3G, so he's having a pretty decent run there in the top 3 as it stands right now. Needless to say, a little bit deeper in the pack here.
Terry Holloman there in the 23. Nice little slide job, little crossover move as they go side by side down the back straightaway. And this racetrack is very racy, whether it's tacky fast, whether it's slick, whether it's rubber down. A lot of banking to make these cars fast around the corners, and it puts on a good show.
77 there, John LeBlanc trying to hang on to that spot. He's also battling there with Gary Wright for a little bit, but you can see when he gets in the center of the track, he definitely loses some ground. Shane Stewart tinkering around with the center from time to time, but for the most part, up there, trying to get some bite off of that cushion.
Driver out of Bixby, Oklahoma, struggled a little bit last night here at Eagle. Finished up in the 20th spot. Of course, coming off his first career ASCS National Championship. Picked up Rockstar Energy drink. We've talked about it before. White flag coming out for Stewart. Pretty much on cruise control here in heat race number 1.
When you can see how soft that right rear is as it squats and meanders the turn. And the cushion not real defined here. There's actually some spots of bite throughout the center of the turn. Shane Stewart will hang on to win this heat race number 1. Billy Alley, of course, hanging on for second, and some different colors here this year. Yeah,
normally Billy Alley with the yellow 22. That's what he's pretty much been through his entire career, and breaks out the black 22 here, and we were like, was that Billy Alley? I don't know for sure. But so far, the car's fast. He finished second. Darren Long right behind him in third spot.
Once again, Shane Stewart will go right into the A main here this evening, and everybody else will have to wait until the other 3 heat races are completed to determine where they fall in the point standings throughout the heats. Of course, you earn points via passing. Well, for the first time tonight, we'll get to hear from our pit reporter, Dave Argerbright. Let's get it down to Dave with our winner.
Shane Stewart, winner of our first heat race. Give us an idea of how different the track is tonight versus one night ago.
A lot. Way smoother for one, a little wider. You know, our setup's totally different than what it was last night, so track's going to be interesting come feature time. I think they're actually going to have to work on it a little bit more to keep it from taking rubber, so we'll see. They did a good job, and you know, starting up front was pretty crucial. So it's a brand new ART car. We're just thankful that we got Rockstar on board, and going to go have me a Rockstar energy drink and get ready for the feature.
When we come back, we'll have more action here from the ASCS. Stay with us. You're watching the Lucas Oil Motorsports Hour. And it's brought to you by Lucas Oil Products, made in America, sold to the world. MagnaFlow exhaust products, the first thing you hear, the last thing you see. And by E3 spark plugs with Diamond Fire technology.
Next to your car's engine, your transmission is the second most important component of your car. If it's not properly maintained, your car may not shift properly. By adding Lucas Transmission Fix to your transmission, it cleans and lubricates sticking valves for proper shifting, renews worn bands to stop slipping, stops most seal leaks, will not void new car warranties, contains no harmful solvents. Lucas Transmission Fix, on sale now at AutoZone.
You and the car are one. It's a feeling like no other. The sound of a car completes the experience. You want to hear those horses. The engine is talking to you. I'm Mario Andretti. When I drive, I don't just want to feel the experience. I want to hear it. MagnaFlow Performance Exhaust.
Who's serving up a big breakfast this weekend?
On an endless buffet, a juicy steak.
Don't flip out.
Only Golden Corral would include steak for breakfast. It's on our endless weekend breakfast buffet, all for a great low price. Only at Golden Corral.
Hi, may I help you?
Yes, I hear Progressive has lots of discounts on car insurance. Can I get in on that?
Are you a safe driver?
Yes.
Discount. Do you own a home?
Yes.
Discount. Are you gonna buy online?
Yes.
Discount. Isn't getting discounts great?
Yes.
There's no discount for agreeing with me.
Yeah, I got carried away.
It happens to me all the time.
Helping you save money. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
The dipper, the dunker, the grabber, the popper, the breaker, the shaker, the tipper, the topper, the wedger, the wheeler, the scraper, the double dipper. However you like to top, pop, dunk, or dip, only Tostitos has your tortilla chip.
Yeah, IndyCar racing is extremely physical.
Extremely physical.
Handling that 650 horsepower car. You can feel the engine kicking your butt. You're in a car and it's beating you up.
Your head hurts, your back hurts, your muscles ache.
I've gone into some races where after the third or fourth lap, I'm like, we have how many laps to go?
Welcome back to the Lucas Oil Motorsports Hour, and it's brought to you in part by Geico Power Sports, insurance for all things that move you. This is the Lucas Oil American Sprint Car Series, ASCS, MagnaFlow Performance, Eagle Nationals, and good look at the 18 car here. Tony Bruce Jr., not only a racer here, but the race promoter for this event.
What was it that inspired you to bring the ASCS Lucas Oil Series here to Eagle?
Really the race that we had last year during a regional show with myself and Jesse Hockett. We traded the lead about 8 times, and I decided right then I needed to go find the owner of this racetrack and tell him that we're bringing a national tour here because we're going to put on one hell of a show. And so that was it.
Well, I'll tell you, one night ago they put on a show. A few guys went for a ride as this place was tough to tame. Tony Bruce Jr. will start off on the pole here in heat race number 2.
Finished up 7th last night here at Eagle Raceway, a multi-time winner of the Short Track Nationals. We'll try and get a win here in heat race number 2. You see Tony Bruce there on the pole. Dustin Morgan outside of row number 3, and Brady Bacon inside of row number 4, your current point leader in the Telstar Communications white and blue number 99 as we go 10 laps once again here in heat race 2.
And a great start for the 4-car Jordan Boston. Man, he just rocket ships out there, and it looks like the caution flag will immediately come out. So apparently the starter not happy with Boston doing that.
Yeah, Tommy S., the series coordinator, telling these drivers they want a nice side-by-side start off turn 4. No passing until you get by the start-finish line. So they'll line them up and try it one more time. And Tony Bruce, he's on the pole out of Liberal, Kansas. He's the promoter. He wants to put on a good show. Wants to pay himself that $6,000.
What are you saying here, Rob?
He doesn't want to give it to anybody else.
In trouble, my friend. All right, here we go one more time. Boston on the outside. Sneaks up on him, but it will be Bruce that leads him to the stripe this time. That white line at the exit of number 4 is the line that Rob is speaking of. You can't pass before that. And this time, Tony Bruce Jr. gets a huge start. Boston in tow in second.
3 wide racing back in the pack. Dustin Morgan there in the 93 car, the black number 93, has one Midwest regional win this year. Right behind him, the current points leaders. They go side by side down the backstretch with the 31 car.
31 car driven by Mark Pace, and Pace trying to keep pace. Oh man, side by side right there goes the 93 car driven by Dustin Morgan and Jordan Boston. Morgan gets the position.
Yeah, Mark Pace 22nd last night here at Eagle. He got his career best Midwest finish at this racetrack earlier in his career of 4th. And right now in a dogfight to try and get those passing points is Brady Bacon on the move.
Right, Brady Bacon, we said it before, has just been incredibly hot as of late. 3 consecutive wins coming into this event. He's had 5 podiums this year and 6 top 10s. Incredibly consistent. That's what you need to win a championship out here.
44 of Doug Lovegrove there right in front of the current points leaders at race off turn 4. Tony Bruce Jr. pretty much checked out on the rest of the fields. We go back up front. New paint scheme on the number 18 here for the 2010 season.
Tony Bruce Jr. has been up in the top 3 on one occasion so far this season with 6 top 10s as well in the 7 starts. So again, that's what you're looking for. Look at Bacon, man. Boy, he found some grip right in the center of the turn.
Brady Bacon chasing points last year for the first time with this series. Didn't get a win. They kind of struggled trying to get back into the wing cars. He ran a lot of non-wing stuff the last few years. This year, he's been pretty much on fire.
Back up the front, Tony Bruce Jr. up high, using the cushion. And you can really see those areas, those gray areas there in the center of the turn is where there's some grip. And it looked like Brady Bacon was making use of those really nicely.
A 3rd mile, high-banked dirt oval here in the Eagle Raceway, and white flag coming out for Tony Bruce Jr. and a very fast car here in this heat race as he's already lapping cars with just 1 lap to go. So Bruce starts on the pole. He'll get as many points as he can and move on into the A-main by picking up the win here in heat race number 2.
Oh, and Jordan Boston, who finishes in 2nd place here, just kissed the wall a little bit as he was coming around for the checkered flag. And Brady Bacon, well, he'll have to get in on points as did not win this heat race. So we'll continue on here. Here's a look at the results from heat race number 2. Tony Bruce Jr. wins it, goes right to the A main. Then Jordan Boston and Dustin Morgan, Brady Bacon in 4th. As you can see there, rolling up across the scales to make sure he is at weight. Once he does that, they will give him the green flag to go to the A main.
So let's go down pit side with Dave Argabright, who's with Tony Bruce Jr.
Tony Bruce Jr., winner of heat race number 2. Boy, front row starting spot, definitely the place to be in these heat races.
Yeah, it definitely is. You know, the competition's so tough out here. You always want to be up front, and luckily we drew in pretty good and made the best of it.
What will we see of this racetrack as the night progresses? Will they work on it again, first of all?
Yeah.
What do you think we will see?
I think we're going to go out there and work on it a little bit, make sure we get some side-by-side action, so it'll be good for the fans.
All right, we'll continue on here and go to heat race number 3. Again, some big names inside of the category here.
Matt Covington will start on the pole. 20-year-old driver chasing Rookie of the Year honors this year with the series. You can see the Holloman's out here as well. Terry outside row number 1. Tad back there outside row number 4. Austin Wheatley in that white number 44. Pretty stacked heat race here in heat number 3.
So far, everybody that started on the pole has gone on to win. Oh, man, talk about avoiding disaster right there. 9 times out of 10, or maybe 9.9 times out of 10. You go tire to tire like that, somebody's going for a ride.
Well, a lot of things you can bend up on that right rear. We'll take another look at it. It's, yeah, looks a lot worse in slow motion, but you got a Jacob's ladder, which helps center the rear end back there. Of course, a bird cage, a shock, and hopefully everything's okay on that 95 car. As we go back to that 44, that is Austin Wheatley.
I think more importantly, Terry Holloman's car, the 23 right there, you can see damage done to that front wing. That will certainly adjust, and not for the better, the downforce on that car as he enters these turns.
Yeah, just a couple of aluminum straps holding that front nose wing on. If it comes flying off, that's not a good scene, but so far so good there. Is that 71? Nice little slide job. That's how you get it done there in turn number 1.
Yeah, Jensen doing an awesome job there as he parks it up there high on the shelf. Almost looked like a little smoke off that right rear tire. Couldn't be dust, but the caution flag will come out here. And it looks like the 87 of Andrew Marsala in trouble there, facing the wrong direction.
Driver out of Shawnee, Oklahoma. So he will stop, bring out the first caution here in heat race number 3. There is Matt Covington. We mentioned 20-year-old driver. 1 career national win to his credit. Came this year at the Lone Star Speedway.
By the way, for our new fans out there, these cars do not have transmissions or clutches, so when you come to a stop like that, it kills the engine. If anything, they can pop it out of gear, maybe keep the engine running, but to restart, they have to shut them off, and then they push start them. They put them in gear and push start them.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat little process. Lock that thing in, Gary, get the push truck behind you. It starts to push. You see the oil pressure shoot up. Then those guys will lift off the brake, flip the switch, and they drive away from the truck. It's a pretty neat deal. A lot of times when these cars do spin out, you get a lot of fuel in the cylinder, so what they'll do is what we call back it down. They'll leave it in gear, get a couple guys to pull that car backwards to get that excess fuel out of the cylinder so you don't have a problem with the engine when you try and fire it off. Okay, back underway. Covington still out front. That car seems to be working pretty good after that lap 1 incident.
Austin Wheatley with a 44W up way close to the wall, the white 44. Hanging out in second place right there, and the number 5 of Eric Lutz right behind him.
Wheatley's one of those kids that'll drive anything. We've seen him at the Chili Bowl in a midget, of course, just 17 years old out of the state of Washington, chasing Rookie of the Year honors and some good side-by-side racing.
Yeah, all but 3 wide in there, as you saw the 23 trying to hang on. Holloman just doing his best with the damage in the front of that car.
Jake Peters there in the 57 going top shelf as it gets closer and closer to that wall. Down there in turns 1 and 2, also in 3 and 4. So here's Shane Stewart talking about how wide this track is, and it will only continue to get wider. These guys will be up on the fence by the other night.
Oh, yeah, nice. Aggressive pass there by the 57, trying to hang on to the position right there. Cool stuff out of Jake Peters, man. Parked it down in there, was not able to hang on to it, but an awful lot of fun to watch.
Back up front, Matt Covington might have to worry about that 44W, the white car of Austin Wheatley. Just 1 lap to go. We'll see if the kid from Washington has anything for your leader. And then right up on the fence. That's what the fans come to Eagle Raceway to see as Covington into turn 3 for the final time.
Right down underneath the lapper, an excellent job as he times it out perfectly to keep it off the wall, stay on the throttle. Comes across the stripe first, goes right into the A main. Congrats to Matt Covington.
So Covington will pick up the win. Austin Wheatley will finish in that second spot, and Eric Lutz in car number 5 will come home in third. Pretty good heat race there. Wheatley making some moves. We're going to see this track get racier and racier as we cruise through the evening.
Hey, Jensen with that 71 car also doing a great job, doing some good work there. And once again, our race leader will roll up there across the scale, as is the process. By the way, we've seen drivers forget to do that from time to time, and unfortunately for them, they go to the back of the B main.
Matt Covington, winner of heat race number 3. What a weekend it is to come here at Eagle. A lot of stiff competition. It's got to feel good to win a heat race.
Yeah, it does. You know, it's not the first one we won this year. This whole national, every track we go to is tough. You know, it's hard enough just to make the A feature, and luckily we've made every A feature but one. Had to use a provisional last night. Wished I could have saved it for later, but that's how it is. I mean, this still's tough. You know, I didn't see that guy on the start of that deal. Hope I didn't tear his car up too bad, but we kind of lucked out on that. That could have been real bad.
When we come back, the 4th and final heat race, and let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen, it is loaded up. Some big names in the house, ready to try and get to the A main.
Why are you in my yard?
Helping you save your weekend. Here, I packed your toiletries. You go cliff diving, dog sledding, alligator wrestling. So many super destinations, such low rates.
I will not spend more time waiting to get help
than it takes to paint a room.
I will go to ACE.
Then, I will watch the Kung Fu movie marathon.
Get in, get help, and get on with your life. Get 20% off all Royal Paint and other select ACE paint supplies at ACE.
Yeah, IndyCar racing is extremely physical. Extremely physical. You can feel the engine kicking your butt. Your head hurts, your back hurts, your muscles ache.
I've gone into some races where after the 3rd or 4th lap, I'm like, we have how many laps to go?
You all want to run your businesses more efficiently, so we brought in a team of experts to help.
One suggestion is to make your shipping more efficient with priority mail flat rate boxes from the Postal Service.
Shipping's a hassle, weighing every box.
Actually, with flat rate boxes, you don't need to weigh anything under 70 pounds. If it fits, it ships for a low flat rate.
Call or go online for a free flat rate box shipping kit that includes free boxes and our helpful shipping guide. Do it today and we'll ship it all right to your door for free.
Okay, but I ship all over the country.
You can ship anywhere in the country for a low flat rate. Ship international, too.
And remember, flat rate boxes come in 4 sizes, and shipping starts at just $4.95. Call or go online for a free shipping kit with a full supply of free boxes, plus the shipping guide. Act now and you'll get them all delivered right to your business free of charge.
Priority mail flat rate boxes. Only from the Postal Service. A simpler way to ship. Call or go online now to get started.
Welcome back to the Lucas Oil Motorsports Hour, and it's brought to you by Rockstar Energy Drink. Party like a rock star. Rob, you're enjoying one of those rock stars as we speak.
They are awesome.
You like the lemonade, huh?
I like the lemonade. It's good stuff.
Welcome back to Eagle, Nebraska. Heat race number 4. Some big names in this heat race. A couple of these guys went for a ride last night, one being Ricky Logan and the other being Jack Doak, 53 car. We'll show you what happened to him.
Yeah, into the cushion hard in turn number 2, coming off turn number 2 and up and over. And you can see, race fans, these things can get up and over in a hurry.
Just up into that cushion, hooks an edge, and then a violent flip. He also went for another ride, unfortunately, and that one was to the hospital. They did clear him. He was not going to race today, but got out in there and hopped in the car, so the car felt pretty good, and as racers are. If they allow them to put the helmet back on, chances are pretty good they will race.
Well, he's currently 7th in national points, and he is leading Midwest points, so he wants to do everything he can to try and take home those titles. So we take a look at the K&N starting grid here for heat race number 3. Dover, good chance to pass a lot of cars. Also want to mention the 21 Brian Brown in the house with the National Tour once again. We'll start inside number 3.
Robbie Wolfgang in this heat race as well, the second-generation racer, of course, son of the Hall of Famer, Doug Wolfgang, and they fan him out right there. Number 1 car, Chad Meyer, out front.
Mike Boston in that 3rd spot, the 57, but here comes Ricky Logan, the Lucas Oil number 10A. Nice little slide job. That's how you get it done here at Eagle. Takes over that 3rd spot.
And Ricky Logan put what happened a night ago to the back of his mind, where he was rendered unconscious for a brief amount of time. These guys can wreck pretty hard, boy. Oh, side-by-side stuff, and they make contact.
Tankersley in the 17 into the fence. Front end damage will come to a stop on the back straightaway. Caution will come out. So tough break for the 17. As Shannon Tankersley brings out the caution here in our 4th and final heat race. Let's take a look at it one more time. Just ran out of real estate.
Yeah, he was trying to go around the outside, and my guess is that Meyer had no clue he was doing that. I mean, keep in mind, these guys do not have radios. They don't have spotters to help them out. It was a low percentage move, but the window was open for a small amount of time.
So we'll get a single file style restart once again. You see the orange cone placed on the front straightaway. There is Jack Dover, the 53 point leader with the Midwest Series. Won this championship a few years ago, finished 3rd in the points last year, and this year has a win in the Midwest Series.
Tankersley will get pushed off the track here. A torsion on the right front hanging down. I thought there was some damage to the left front as well. Looks like it's towed in a bit. So unfortunately for him, they will have some work to do to that one, and he will be in the B main, if in fact he can make the call.
Yeah, we'll have 2 B mains here tonight. Of course, a 30-lap A main event, $6,000 to the winner here at the Eagle Nationals.
Right now, the number 1 W of Chad Meyer leads the field around here. Right behind him, the 10A of Ricky Logan, and the 57 back behind him. So a tough group of cars in here. By the way, Kyle Hurst also in here, another standout race car driver.
Ricky Logan again in the 10 car working that low line, trying to take the lead off turn 2. Not a good enough run. If you get around the top shelf here pretty good as Logan smacks the fence. Here comes that 57 car as well. But if you can work the top shelf good, build that momentum up with these race cars here at Eagle Raceway, you're going to be fast. And right there, Brian Brown makes a liar out of me. Nice little slide job, takes over 3rd.
This guy's pulling some slide jobs now.
Yeah, Mike Boston right back underneath Blackjack Brian Brown, former Knoxville Raceway track champion. And they'll go side by side again down in turn 1. And that's what this racetrack's all about. A lot of slide jobs, a lot of great side by side racing.
There's Brian Brown, a 2-time champion there in Knoxville. One with the 360s, one with the 410s. Get it done leading in the points at Knoxville this year in the 410s. Good battle going on here at the front as well. Chad Meyer's trying to hang on. Chad Meyer and Ricky Logan has been sitting right there and just can't seem to quite close the gap on Meyer. Tries a different line, might get it done right here.
Well, if we get a little rubber laid down the bottom of this racetrack, it's going to pick up speed as well. And Logan pulling a nice little slide job, takes the lead, goes right back to the top shelf. Boston now trying to get by Meyer in that one, and here comes Brian Brown as well.
But Boston with the presence of mind to check up just a little bit. Brian Brown right there waiting for those guys to figure out where they're going to go, and here comes Dover.
Wow, monster slide job for Jack Dover. Works the low line and says, see you later. He goes right back to the top. Brian Brown now back to the inside. Some great racing here in heat race number 4.
Brian Brown says, well, it's working for these guys. I'm going to try one of these things out. Dover says, I'm going to try it one more time. The white flag comes out.
Yeah, Ricky Logan checked out the battle right now for 2nd, 3rd, 4th spot. Brian Brown again, the 21, the all-time Midwest region win leader. Takes over, or I should say retakes over 3rd spot, but up front, Ricky Logan gets it done, and he'll find his ticket. Move on to tonight's A main. Dover with a great run. Finishes in 2nd, and how about Blackjack Brian Brown rounds out your top 3.
Safe to say, by the way, both of these guys are A-OK after last night's incident. So
yeah, sounds like it.
Ricky wins this one. Dover coming on strong, so we'll have some great races. We can see this track is also coming around Ricky Logan goes right at the A main. Jack Dover second. Brian Brown rounds out the top three, and the crowd here on their feet going wild, and rightfully so. What a race. Let's go down to Dave.
Ricky Logan, winner of our fourth and final heat race. You couldn't see this, but behind you, that was the best heat race action of the night. You coming up through there, everybody racing slide jobs. They talk about maybe reworking the track. Is it going to need it?
You know, obviously I like it the way it is, but unfortunately right now, if we kept racing on, it's probably going to take some rubber, so the fact that they're going to rework is probably a good idea.
You talked earlier to us, talked about being a little bit sore from that crash last night. Winning a heat race, is that kind of a good salve for the aches?
You know, now it's not. When you're out there, the adrenaline takes over everything. You don't feel much, but, you know, hats off to Tyler and the crew. They didn't finish this car at about 4:30, and obviously it was just about perfect.
So you're happy?
I'm very happy and can't thank Lucas Oil enough for supporting us.
All right, they'll bump fuel the tires, filling them up with fuel. The A main getting ready to kick off. When we come back, we'll bring you highlights of the B main, and we'll go racing.
His future, full of fun and promise. And Lucas Deep Clean Fuel System Cleaner will help keep it that way. Lucas Deep Clean Fuel System Cleaner substantially reduces greenhouse gas emissions, including nitrogen oxide, carbon monoxide, and hydrocarbons, while improving fuel mileage using less fossil fuels. His fossil fuels. Just one little bottle with each fill-up, and his future can stay that much brighter.
Wherever there's excitement, wherever there's performance, wherever people love cars, there's E3 spark plugs with Diamond Fire technology. Look at this. E3 spark plugs generate a more powerful spark and shoot it right to the heart of the fuel mixture for a more complete fuel burn. With E3, every drop of fuel works to give you maximum performance. Ask for powerful, fuel-efficient E3 spark plugs with Diamond Fire technology today. For cars, trucks, motorcycles, and small engines too. You'll find E3 spark plugs with Diamond Fire technology at these fine stores.
It's the Fusion Pro Glide Challenge. Woo! Hey man, how you doing? How's your shave?
Kind of like tugging and pulling.
See how shaving can cause irritating tug and pull?
That's why Gillette's introducing the revolutionary new Fusion Pro Glide.
It glides, like literally.
Now Fusion Pro Glide has been engineered with Gillette's thinnest blades ever, so it glides for less tug and pull. Turns shaving into gliding and skeptics into believers. New Fusion Pro Glide. And warm up before you shave for incredible comfort with new Pro Series Thermal Scrub.
Can we turn the AC up? I'm dying back here.
Jeff, eat a Snickers, please.
Why?
Every time you get hungry, you turn into a diva.
A diva?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Better? You're not you when you're hungry. Better. Snickers satisfies.
Always getting attention, but some of you still don't know quack about. So I'll serve it up. If you get sick or hurt, Aflac pays you cash fast to help pay for things major medical insurance doesn't, like rent, car payments, and groceries. Aflac! Get up, it's chicken.
There's no way to hide it.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested.
Welcome back to the Lucas Oil Motorsports Hour, and it's brought to you by General Tire. Unleash the fury. Welcome back to the MagnaFlow Performance Exhaust Eagle Nationals here at Eagle Raceway in Eagle, Nebraska. That's a look at the A-main competitors as they are lining them up. As we get them pushed off and started, we'll show you some highlights from the B-main. The B-main's 12 laps in distance in the top three. Go to the A-main.
Picking up here a few laps into B-main number one. Kyle Hurst out in front. Some great side-by-side racing. We saw in the heat races. The B-mains were epic as well. You had to finish in the top three. If you didn't, your night is done.
Tim Crawley back in here with the 88 car. Robbie Wolfgang also in this one, trying to make it up to the dance. Taking a look at the 23 car. Stuart Snyder is running around there in second place.
And as the white flag came out, Kyle Hurst would lead off turn two. Trouble for Boston, got into the fence. He would come to a stop, running in second. He would end up in 12th, not making the A-main here tonight. And as the checker flag came out, it was the 6 of Kyle Hurst picking up the win. Stuart Snyder finished second, and Jake Peters, the third and final transfer spot. Everyone else done for the night.
Tough break there for George Buston, who had a good run going. Let's go to B-main number 2, again 12 laps, top three advancing. And the winningest driver in the history of the series, Gary Wright, inside of this one.
That was a great battle for that third and final transfer spot. You see Meyer there in the one car, right around the top part of the racetrack. Is Gary Wright up on the cushion as well, getting it done. Does not like to be in the B mains, but if he is, goes for that checker. And he picked up the win and would move on to tonight's A main event. Cox second, and Chad Meyer held on to get that third and final transfer.
That, of course, fills out our A main. There's a look at the 53 car of Jack Dover, the 99 car of Brady Bake, and our points leader coming into this event. And speaking of Jack Dover, Dave Augerbright standing next to him. Dave?
Guys, the story of the night has got to be the 53 of Jack Dover. Crashed heavily last night, hospitalized overnight, got a doctor's release. Back here earlier told us he was just going to take it easy. He winds up racing very hard in his heat, makes it to the A, starts on the outside of the front row. He's a crowd favorite here at Eagle. Jack, what can you do with this race car? Are you sore? What will we see from the 53?
I thought I was going to have a headache or something because I had a headache this morning. I slept it off, but I just got a little back pain right now, but that's normal. I normally got back pain, and I think we got the car set up perfect. I think it's going to slick off, and that's when my car's going to get good. It's going to be tacky in the beginning, a little tight, so I'm just going to have to use my head and be smart.
Well, we're going to watch that 53 all the way here in this 30-lap feature at Eagle Raceway.
See the Crow Enterprises safety harnesses there. By the way, the owner of that company is John Crow, who does a lot of racing in a dirt late model and made a name for himself in go-karts as well. Super guy.
All cars getting fired off as we get set for tonight's 30-lap A main event. We mentioned earlier, Ken, $6,000 going to the winners. The first time for the ASCS National Tour here at Eagle Raceway.
Fireworks going off. Fans on their feet, ready for a great race. Here is your K&N starting lineup. Zach Chappell will be on the pole. Outside, Jack Dover.
Yeah, we look through the field here. You can see Shane Stewart, defending champ, inside row number 5. Tony Bruce, promoter of this event, outside row number 5. But look at row number 8. Blackjack Brian Brown alongside Brady Bacon, your current points leader.
A little deeper in the field, Chad Meyer, Tim Crawley also. Tim Crawley, a tough competitor. Actually a 3-time champion for the ASCS. And we're racing here. The A-Main has begun.
Jason Johnson, the Cajun sensation, number 41, puts a slider on Chappell, and he will lead lap number 1. Johnson going for his first win in national competition here this season. And he is already pulling away from that 50C of Chappell.
Chappell did pick up a win earlier this season. 41 car looking good. I'll tell you, those guys were on the gas back behind them side by side, tire to tire. By the way, we should say that Tim Crawley and Shannon Tankersley both getting in on provisionals. And man, the 57 car right there of Shane Stewart looks like he just tagged the wall a little bit.
There's the 94 of Danny Wood, last night's winner. 4 drivers, the top 4 last night, locked into the AMA. Danny Wood, Travis Rylett, Zach Chappell, and of course Jason Johnson. As you see, Ricky Logan up on top. He loves to run the top shelf, and right now trying to get underneath last night's winner, Danny Wood.
Danny Wood all over the place trying to gather that one back up, and these things go everywhere but straight, and it looked like Logan might have kissed the wall just a little bit. Maybe some side bite.
And the caution flag comes out here. Oh, 3 cars coming together. We see the 5H rather, of Justin Cox, Darren Long there in the 3G, and Jake Peters in the 57X. So a lot of damage to that 3 car.
See if we can find out what happened here.
Yeah, on board with Cox.
Oh, right in front of him. He had no place to go. Well, we'll get these guys untangled here as the safety crew is on it. Your Rockstar Energy Drink Top 5 is as follows.
Geico Power Sports. We feel your passion.
I thought it was over here.
I've been looking and looking my whole life through, trying to find my way back to you, 'cause I love you.
Our Outback always gets us there. Sometimes it just takes us a little longer to get back.
'Cause I love you, I do.
With Orbitz, I know what to expect from my vacation. Bad Dog Balloon Pop. Because Orbitz has price assurance. Leaf and face, marine, man with computer. If another Orbitz customer books the same hotel or flight for less, they'll send me a check for the difference automatically. So I know I'll get their lowest price. And I like knowing what to expect. Bike, unrealistic splash, embarrassingly transparent. When you Orbitz, you know.
What will your kids have their fingers into this fall? We have a better idea. Around the Corner Music Studio. Classes for kids of all ages. Guitar, piano, drums, ukulele, and preschool music. Classes incorporate games, karaoke, music theory, and much more. Around the Corner Music Studio, where learning music is fun.
At Time Warner Cable Business Class, we know that every small business is different. From your technology, to your people, to your ideas. Your business is as unique as your own DNA. That's why we create an internet, phone, and cable TV solution personalized for your business, so you pay only for what you need. We also offer special values, including high-speed internet and phone starting at $69.95 per month. For communications that are the backbone of your business, call Time Warner Cable Business Class. You first, the technology follows.
The Lucas Oil Motorsports Hour is brought to you by K&N, the world's best air filter. When we left you here at the MagnaFlow Performance Exhaust Eagle Nationals at Eagle Raceway, 3 cars had gathered it up in the middle of the turn, so we have them cleared out of the way. Right now it is the 41 car. Jason Johnson trying to get his first win of the season.
Nice jump for the Raging Cajun as he pulls away from Zach Chappell. There is Dover working the low line very fast in the low to the middle part of the racetrack in the heat races. And Dover unable to make it stick. You see Travis Ryland back there in the 29. Ryland still looking for his first national win this year as well.
Jason Johnson out front there, of course, the 2008 ASCS national champ. And some good dicing going on back behind him. Here comes the 57 car one more time. Shane Stewart making a run at it.
Bottom to top, top to bottom, through the middle, slide jobs, gutterette line, top shelf. And just a great racetrack. They have done an awesome job here tonight as Stewart going side by side with Logan. Still side by side as they race back into turn number 1.
2 ways to get around here. Here comes Stewart, slides up in front of him and takes the spot. I'll tell you, Ricky Logan, and he has been all over this track here tonight, trying to get a good, clean run down the straightaway.
On board out of the back of the Rockstar Energy Drink number 57, Paul Silva-owned entry. Your defending national champion, still looking for his first win, and kind of struggled as 1 top 5 and 5 top 10s so far this year for Shane Stewart.
You could hear him, too, as he went through the center of the turn. It sounded like he never lifted. Oh, in the 94, doing a great job right there. Danny Wood of staying out of the back. Tony Bruce Jr.
Tony Bruce there in the 18. We mentioned the promoter bouncing around through turns 1 and 2. A little bit of moisture entering turn number 1 and entering turn number 3 on the bottom is Jason Johnson already going to put a car a lap down. Again, that is Justin Cox, who was involved in that incident down in turn 2. The Cajun sensation checking out a huge lead on the rest of the field.
The breakout he was looking for, needless to say, I don't think he would think that he would go this deep into the season without picking up a win as we watch Jack Dover with the 53 car. And Jack Dover, as we've chronicled, went for quite a ride just one night ago, but had a great heat race earlier, and now is making a solid run here in the A main.
You see that 77 on the tail tank of Jack Dover for his friend, the late, great Jesse Hockett, who passed away recently. And Dover getting by the 50Z, former national champ of Zach Chappell, actually the youngest champion ever in this series, their 50Z, and he's right back underneath it.
The gas man making it work in the 53 car. Down to the bottom, slides it up high, right in front of him again. Great racing here, man. The fans are being treated to quite a show. And
oh, yeah.
Dover going up there. No, man, had the checkup right there. I mean, just constant adjustments. I mean, fractions of a second here, ladies and gentlemen. You're in the center of the turn. The car is sideways. You're gauging where it's going to go, where it's going to end up. You're watching the guy in front of you, trying to figure out what he's going to do. It is busy, busy.
It's a 1,200-pound race car, folks, with almost 700 horsepower. As Travis Rylett in that 29 car, unable to hold off the hard-charging Shane Stewart. And that Rockstar Energy drink, number 57, is on the move.
I know you're partial to the Tweety Bird as well up on top of the range.
Yeah, I dig the Rockstar. I dig the Tweety Bird. That's just how I roll.
It's a lot of fun, and there's a lot of characters out here as well, as you might imagine. And Jason Johnson making that one look easy as he drives back around the number 95 car.
Yeah, Matt Covington now a lap down. Here we go again. Man. Dover slides in front of Chappell. A great battles. It's going to be a three-car battle. Here comes Stewart.
You just got to love these young guns, man. They have absolutely no fear.
50Z, Zach Chappell there. The white cars, we go on board, courtesy of Geico Power Sports with the gas man Jack Dover, and behind him, defending champ Shane Stewart. Oh, it looks like the caution will come out.
Back to the leader. He is okay.
That looks like Ricky Logan in the 10A. Right rear is down.
We saw him get up into the fence a little bit earlier, so I might have cut that tire at the time. Your Rockstar Energy drink, top 5.
The car are one. It's a feeling like no other. The sound of a car completes the experience. You want to hear those horses. The engine is talking to you. I'm Mario Andretti. When I drive, I don't just want to feel the experience. I want to hear it. MagnaFlow, performance exhaust.
Wherever there's excitement, wherever there's performance, wherever people love cars, there's E3 spark plugs with Diamond Fire technology. Look at this. E3 spark plugs generate a more powerful spark and shoot it right to the heart of the fuel mixture for a more complete fuel burn. With E3, every drop of fuel works to give you maximum performance. Ask for powerful, fuel-efficient E3 spark plugs with Diamond Fire technology today. For cars, trucks, motorcycles, and small engines too. You'll find E3 spark plugs with Diamond Fire technology at these fine stores.
The dipper, the dunker, the grabber, the popper, the breaker, the shaker, the tipper, the topper, the twofer, the twister, the pincher, the plopper, the wedger, the wheeler, the scraper, the double dipper. However you like to top, pop, dunk, or dip, only Tostitos has your tortilla chip.
Mike Rowe here. No, up here. There you go. Know what I like about my new Lee Premium Select jeans? Everything. They're soft, they're strong, got a totally new fit. Basically, they're the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. And can I tell you something else? My girlfriend says they make my butt look good.
Looking good, Mike.
Thanks. That's not my girlfriend. Friendly, though.
New Lee Premium Select jeans. Getting comfortable never looked so good. Available at JCPenney.
Versus takes you back to NASCAR's roots.
Green flag.
With open wheels, short tracks, and the same high-speed thrills. NASCAR Whelen Southern Modified Tour from Langley Speedway on Versus.
The Lucas Oil Motorsports Hour is brought to you by Dart Machine. The Lucas Oil American Sprint Car Series MagnaFlow Performance Exhaust Eagle Nationals. We are in the middle of our A main, 30-lap A main.
We saw Ricky Logan. The reason for that last caution, a right rear down. Doesn't look like he's going to make it back out onto the racetrack. So it is Jason Johnson, the 41 out front, Jack Dover second, Zach Chappell in third, Shane Stewart racing up to the front right now, runs in fourth.
Johnson with a great restart. It almost looked like he caught Jack Dover by surprise. Dover dove down to the bottom side of the track, but not able to close back up on him.
Well, Jason Johnson, who finished fourth last night out of Eunice, Louisiana, knows all the tricks on restarts. One of the best in the history of this series. 43 career wins, second all time to Mr. Gary Wright.
Best also see Shane Stewart in there, man. He's picking up some positions. He's getting closer and closer.
Travis Ryland there in the yellow and white, number 29, working down low. There is Tony Bruce Jr. Justin Cox in the 5, 1 lap down. And Bruce trying to make some moves. We said he promotes a handful of events throughout the year and brought the national tour to this racetrack after winning the Nebraska Cup in 2009.
Jason Johnson, once again, just driving away from these guys. Definitely has a setup inside of the car here tonight. Has kept it up on the top shelf. Haven't really seen him use the center of the turns. He keeps that momentum up in this 360 and is wicked fast here tonight.
We saw the points earlier tonight at the top of the show. Johnson just 46 behind Brady Bacon, trying to pick up his first win of the year, but also trying to retake the points lead. It was back and forth last year between him and Shane Stewart. We see the 93 of Dustin Morgan having a good run as he goes side by side with Tony Bruce Jr. for 6-5.
Morgan down there on the bottom trying to make it work. It seems as though the top is a little quicker around here as it stands right now. But again, some of the guys using the center of the track and the center of the turn and getting a good run off of it. Now he goes back up to the top and right away pulls right back up on him.
Yeah, and crossover move to the low line. And these guys make it look easy, folks. It is not simple to run one of these race cars approaching 100 miles an hour. We go on board with Jason Johnson, courtesy of Canada, right up at that fence and just turn it to the left, put that right here on the cushion and roll the top.
It is a thing of beauty to watch these guys go to work in a car that does not want to go straight, by the way.
The battle for second. Dover slowly reeling in Jason Johnson down the back straightaway.
Some of these guys' cars will come in a little bit later once the tires get some heat in them. The white flag out. If he's going to do it, man, he better get up on it quick. The good news for Dover is that Johnson's going to have to deal with some traffic here. Oh, traffic far enough out. He will not have to deal with it. So Jason Johnson hangs on for his first win of the 2010 season.
Well, I'm sure he is happy to get that monkey off his back. Also picking up $6,000. Courtesy of TBJ Promotions here at the Eagle Nationals. Jack Dover flips last night, ends up in the hospital, finishes second. A great way to finish out the weekend here in his home state.
Congrats to the Ragin' Cajun. Jason Johnson, of course, Dover in second. Shane Stewart in third. A good run for Shane Stewart. Zach Chappell up to fourth.
Points leader Brady Bacon there in 11th. We mentioned a good run for Dustin Morgan. He finished back in 7th. Tim Crawley finishes 13th after getting upside down on the heat, taking provisional, starting from deep.
This is the MagnaFlow Exhaust Eagle Nationals. An incredible race here in Eagle, Nebraska, and Eagle Raceway. There's a look at your winner. When we come back, we'll get him out of the car and find out how he felt about a solid run here tonight. This telecast has been brought to you by MagnaFlow Exhaust Products. The first thing you hear, the last thing you see. Canada, all natural pet foods. And by Team Lucas, taking your company's marketing to the finish line.
There is less than 1/100th of an inch of motor oil protecting your car's engine. Friction and heat causes engine oil to experience thermal breakdown, weakening its ability to protect the engine and its parts. Lucas Heavy-Duty Oil Stabilizer is specially formulated to resist thermal breakdown, protect vital engine parts, and extends the life of your engine. It also stops smoking, knocking, and internal oil consumption in worn engines. On sale now at AutoZone.
Introducing the new Big Italy Pizza from Pizza Hut. Bigger than 2 medium pizzas, it's 18 slices of hand-stretched crust with up to 3 of your favorite toppings, all for just $12. And for a limited time, get a free 2-liter Pepsi Max when you buy any 2-liter Pepsi. Only at your Pizza Hut.
There's no way to hide it.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested.
We know you Mountain West fans want battles for the Beehive boot. Catch Wisconsin at UNLV. We know because we know college football. Mountain West on Versus.
Is credit... Know any boys who like games, handicrafts, outdoor activities, earning awards, and camping? Then bring them to School Night for Scouting Thursday, September 9th at your local elementary school. 1st to 5th grade boys and their parents can find out about Cub Scouting. Scouts learn good values, leadership, and have fun with their friends in this year-round family-centered program. For more information, go to www.cornhuskercouncil.org.
Did you know that if I had satellite, they'd charge me extra for HD and primetime on demand? Well, Time Warner Digital Cable, they don't charge me extra. So I save a few bucks. You know, maybe I put it towards a nice, relaxing round of golf.
Oh, fly.
That was a poor club choice.
Primetime on demand and HD at no extra cost? Satellite doesn't have it. Time Warner Digital Cable does.
Upgrade to digital cable and get Showtime free for 1 year. Call now.
Extremely physical. I've gone into some races where after the third or fourth lap, I'm like, how many laps to go?
The Lucas Oil Motorsports Hour is brought to you by Canada, all natural pet foods. There's a look at the 41 car. That is Jason Johnson picking up his first win of the 2010 season. And Dave Argerite is down with the 2008 national champ. Dave?
Louisiana excitement abounds here, Jason. A great race. What were your thoughts when you knew there was just a couple laps to go and you saw that lap traffic in front of you?
Well, you know, I was trying to gauge myself off the lap traffic and how quick I was or how slow I was. And I knew I needed to get at least by one car. But, you know, Mike Ward or Tim Crawley was running real good in Mike Ward's race car. And you know, he had a pretty good pace. So I really didn't want to give up that top because the top was the predominant line.
You know, you finished ahead of Brady in both races last night and tonight. Point-wise, this was a good weekend for you.
It really was. You know, it's still kind of early to worry about the points, but definitely, you know, top five finishes. That's what you need for a point season. And just couldn't say enough about this race team. I mean, it's a new race team, JJR, and the guys are doing an excellent job. And you know, just without all the great support and the sponsors all on board this race car, it wouldn't be possible for my wife and I to do this. And I tell you what, we're excited.
The car owner says now it's time to go party.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be a big party. First win as a car owner national tour, and just couldn't be more excited, and a great place to do it. Great racetrack tonight, and lots of fun.
And Dave mentioned Brady Bacon, the points leader, finished back in 11th place here tonight. So a tough night for him. We'll take a look at the points as Jason Johnson definitely closed the gap here.
Yeah, gained 42 points on Bacon in the chase for the national title. A good weekend for the Cajun sensation as he goes after his second career national title.
Once again, we'll go back down to Dave, who's with Jack Dover. Dave?
Jack Dover, a good second-place finish and a great run in that race. Excellent competitive race. You know, 24 hours ago, no way you could see yourself here in the victory podium, you know, finishing second. Tell me how you feel.
Oh, I feel really good. I mean, I wasn't even going to race tonight. I was just going to take the green flag and pull in. But in that heat race, I took the first lap, and my car felt good, and I felt pretty good. I didn't feel sick or nothing. So we raced that. We started 7th and ended up 2nd. So I was pretty confident through the night. And starting outside pole, that helps your confidence too. And finishing behind Jason, that's pretty good, and being right on his bumper. So I'm really happy.
All right, here is your E3 Spark Plugs race recap. And yeah, that 41 car pretty much dominating all night long here. A little rough through there, but he settled down up on the top shelf. Jack Dover, the 53 car, making a nice slide job.
Yeah, him and Zach Chappell would put on a show as well. You could throw Shane Stewart in the 57 into the mix as he would work his way around the outside of Chappell. When it came to the closing laps, it looked like Dover might have had something for Jason Johnson.
He needed a 50-lap event.
Yeah, maybe just a 32-lap event. Let's go back down to Davis with Shane Stewart.
Shane Stewart, I know you didn't want to finish third, but buddy, it's a whole lot better than last night. Don't you agree?
Oh, anything was better than last night. You know, the Rockstar car was good. It was good last night, and that's kind of the disappointing. I'm a little disappointed tonight. I was hoping lap cars would become, you know, a little bit more of a factor later in that race because I felt like I had a little bit for the 53 and the 41, and the lap cars just kind of peeled away and let us kind of go and never really slowed the 41 down. So I needed 40 laps. 30 just wasn't enough for us tonight. But, you know, after last night, we drank a lot of Rockstar today to keep ourselves going. And, yeah, you know, it's a strong finish. We need to keep running up front. That's where this car belongs. It's capable of winning races, and we just got to get back to victory lane here pretty quick.
We had some great racing here at Eagle Raceway tonight with the Lucas Oil Sprint Cars Series. The ASCS came to town and put on a show. This telecast has been produced by Lucas Oil. Hope you folks had a great time. Those guys certainly had a blast, and they're having some more fun now. We'll see you next time with the Lucas Oil Motorsports Hour. As we close out the show, we want to take just a moment here as the sprint car racing family lost a very good friend in Jesse Hockett.
My favorite memory of racing with Jesse was whenever we lived up in Indianapolis together, and you know, he was up there doing the USAC thing, and we were up there doing the Woo thing, and you know, we were next door neighbors. Our shop was right next door, and what can I say, man? 2 years next door neighbors to Jesse Hockett, and we had a hell of a time.
The following program contains dangerous stunts that should not be reenacted and mature material. Viewer discretion is advised.